Konnichiwa! Welcome to the 11th edition of the Kotatsu Japanese Animation Festival created by Eiko Meredith. So what is a kotatsu? A kotatsu is a table unique to Japan, which is draped in a quilt and has a heater underneath to keep you warm during the conviviality of winter nights. Hence, just as the name gives away, this festival is a wonderful winter occasion to bundle up, enter a screening room, and warm your heart with inspiring animations. Audiences will be able to enjoy the films at Cardiff's Chapter on September 25th and September 26th, and at the Aberystwyth Arts Centre from October 1st until the 3rd. I'm Chiara Spagnoli Gabardi, and I'm very happy to announce that I will be giving the Film Critics Award with fellow jury members, British journalist Andrew Ormond and anime critic from Japan, Ryota Fujitsu. So let us take a look at this year's lineup. Amongst the feature films, you will find Josee, The Tiger and the Fish, directed by Kotaro Tamura. This is based on the eponymous story by Seiko Watanabe, and the film is a compelling tale about Tsuneo, a university student, and Josee, a young girl who has rarely gone out of the house on her own because she is unable to walk. Their encounter profoundly digs into what mutual support and empathy mean beyond romance. Next, we have The Deer King, that marks the directorial debut of former Ghibli studio animators Masashi Ando and Masayuki Miyaji. This is based on a novel by Naoko Uehashi, which even won a Japanese prize for medical fiction. The film, you will see, is very current because it shows how an epidemic is affecting the land of the Empire of Zol. The wild dogs that carry the deadly black wolf fever attack enslaved ex-soldier Van and a young girl named Yuna, who seem to be the sole survivors of this disease that is spreading and for which a gifted physician is searching for a cure. The timeliness of the film can be found in the way it depicts the reactions towards a pandemic, such as religious anti-vaxxers or the racism derived from contagion, and it powerfully encourages audiences to overcome differences in the name of science. Next, we have Ongaku, directed by first-time director Kenji Iwasawa, and this presents with charming surrealism how a trio of delinquent school friends form a music band. It is utterly amusing to see how Kenji, Ota, and Asakura cannot play music, but they pull it off. And it is based on a manga created by Hiroyuki Ohashi, and the film truly enhances the redemption of the underdog. Next, we have Lupin the First, directed by Takashi Yamazaki. And of course, as you can imagine, it is based on the Lupin III franchise created by Monkey Punch, whose real name was Kazuhiko Kato. And this is the first feature since its creator passed away in 2019 at 81 years old. This time, the grandson of the fictional gentleman thief embarks on an adventure to uncover the secrets of the Bresson diary, which is tied to the legacy of his famous grandfather. This chapter of Lupin III's adventures is engaging, surprising, and a marvelous return to the scenes of a character that has been with us since 1967. Next, we have Ride Your Wave, directed by Masaaki Yuasa. This is a delicate cinematic fable about two destinies that intertwine serendipitously to heighten each other. Hinako is a surf-loving college student who has just moved to a small seaside town. When a sudden fire breaks out of her apartment building, she is rescued by the valiant Minato, a handsome firefighter and the two soon, of course, fall in love. And just as their romance becomes idyllic, Minato loses his life in an accident at sea. Yet, he will find a way to remain close to his beloved and accompany her throughout her coming of age. The film truly makes waves as it portrays the issues connected to growing up, confronting grief, and finding your place in the world. And the love song between Minato and Hinako is so catchy, it will be stuck in your head. Another film connected to the marine world is Children of the Sea, directed by Ayumu Watanabe, that thrusts us in the realm of youngsters who have a special connection with the water world. Ruka spends her summer at the aquarium where she's drawn into an enigmatic aquatic event alongside two mysterious boys, Umi and Sora, who were raised in the ocean. Their adventures bring to light sustainable topics that are extremely relevant today and are presented through spectacularly maximalist visuals. Next, we have Promare, and this is the work by first-time director Hiroyuki Imaishi, and this is also the first film of Japanese studio Trigger. This apocalyptic tale follows the adventures of Galotimus, who lives in the city of Promepolis, where he works as a member of the firefighting group Burning Rescue, and he will have to confront the terrorist attacks of the Mad Burnish, a new race of flame-wielding mutants who have been destroying a large portion of humanity for the past 30 years. This mesmeric dystopian film presents through a futuristic perspective the universal message of overcoming the fear of who is different, and of course, it tells us how we have to respect one another. Next, we have Hello World, directed by Tomohiko, that tells the story of a man who travels back in time from the year 2027 to relive his school years and to change the past for the better. Perseverance and enduring love are the themes that will conquer you throughout the film as the film explores the realm of memory and sense of duty. The last feature film of the lineup is Earwig and the Witch, directed by Goro Miyazaki. This marks Studio Ghibli's first CG feature. And this delightful comedy portrays the story of an orphan girl who is adopted by a witch and lives within a house filled with mystery and magic. The heroine of our story is plucky and knows exactly what she wants and represents an empowered young female who is fearless in fighting her battles alone. And finally, we have two short films in this year's lineup. The Mark of Emi, directed by Momoka Furukawahara, that blends reality with the oniric world of the imagination as the protagonist dreams of her friend Emi and interacts with her when she wakes up. And you will be very much impressed to see how the fascinating trait of this work is that the entire story is illustrated in pencil with rough, textured red and pink strokes that provide a raw and poetic touch to this cinematic stream of consciousness. Last but not least, within our lineup, the second short film is In Full Bloom, which presents a captivating style as filmmaker Miho Takashi utilizes the paintings of her late grandmother to create her own filmic oeuvre. The stupendous kaleidoscopic tale rewrites the relationship between pet cats and wild birds. And notice that the film has received an F rating. That is the recognition to champion the work made by women in film. Therefore, this is the 2021 lineup of the Kotatsu Japanese Animation Festival. We truly look forward to you joining us in person or online to enjoy this exciting selection of motion pictures. So please stay tuned, and just for now, sayonara!